at the Scottish Parliament today, Labour, using one of its opposition debates, will be talking about the issue of mobile phones in schools. Now, this is a big topic conversation, not just in Scotland or the UK. Indeed, we were talking earlier, Ben, about it happening in America. Now, screen time, we probably all spend too much time on our phones, but when you're in a classroom, what to learn, is it helpful if you're glued to a screen? And obviously there are other issues to consider. Here at the Daily Record, we've had a long-running campaign raising awareness of youth violence, and particularly incidents of youth violence in schools or near schools, which are filmed by other youngsters and then shared on social media. And then an incident that's maybe been seen by 20 people in person then suddenly gets shown to 10,000, 500,000 people, etc., etc. But it seems to be a bit of a division on this, because Labour are quite keen, but the Scottish Government have pushed back and said, well, it's not really up to Holyrood to kind of come down on this legislation. It's really up to head teachers. It's not like the SNP would get involved in local authority matters. So, Ben, what do you think? I mean,
I think it's an excellent idea. I think it's a really good policy. I think mobile phones should be banned in schools. It's the evidence all points towards it being a good thing.
How does it work though? Do you take them off the kids when they turn up at 9 a.m, giving them back at half
there's a school in Edinburgh where that's exactly what they do. They drop them in. In fact, I think there are some schools that have a special pouch that you put it in, which means it kind of get a signal. And that's it. The phone never interrupts their school day. Now that would be a real boon to the learning of these kids. And let's be honest, it's a lot of the time it's working class kids in big state schools where the teachers have maybe not got the will nor the ability to really crack down on the mobile phone use. By taking that out of the equation, it would be such a boost to the education of most of our young people. The record's been running, as you know, in Our Kids Our Future campaign for some time, highlighting this trend for filming violent acts on cameras, and then of children being battered, and then posting it for likes on social media. Social media giants do nothing or very little to stop it. It'd be a massive advance in the fight against bullying if these phones were taken out of the equation, because a lot of it is done for the social media likes. So it seems to me to be one of these things where any sensible person would get behind it. Labour are doing exactly the right thing. Why? I can't work out why the SNP have come out against it.
I mean, it might be because it would set a precedent. If they give a sort of nationwide position on phones in schools, it gives the lie to a lot of the previous comments where ministers say, look, we can't order schools to. Just this week, Jenny Gilruth said, look, I can't tell schools that they must have single-sex toilets. It's up to each individual school. This is just guidance.
It's such a cop-out, eh?
It's such a cop-out.
The truth is, they could make it. She's maybe right that legislatively it would be difficult to force schools to do anything, but you can make that guidance absolutely unequivocal and crystal clear. She could do it on schools' toilets. I mean, the law says there has to be separate toilets for schools, but it's not mandatory, she says. Gilruth, it's like, what are you talking about?
So just
it is mandatory, it's the law. And they could do the same with phones. They could make it, not the law, but they could make it very strong guidance.
Yeah, impossible to get out of this guidance without directly going against the government.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jenny Gilruth says on the subject, I have been clear that I will support any head teacher who decides to implement a ban on mobile phones. But as you kind of allude to there, Mark, I mean, that just leaves it open to schools where maybe there is a very energetic head teacher who's like, right, I'm going to set out on a crusade to, raise standards, and maybe more ambivalent.
But also they're going to come up against parents.
Yes,
because there will be a lot of parents who will say, our lad needs his phone because what if he needs to ring me after school, or what if he needs to? I need to send a message to say, go to your granny's after school. So parents might object. I don't think they will. I think parents will back this. I think it will be.
Is this another case of the SNP being a bit scared of their own shadow and not want to do something that they fear might backfire on them? And it's clearly the right thing to do.
I mean, I do wonder whether just the women election plays a part in it, that they think that this is a debate to be had on another day, and you're right about, the parents who maybe would kick up a fuss about it. They don't want to anger them right at this moment in time.
Yeah, don't do anything controversial over
Don't scare the horses.
Yeah.
But I find it slightly weird myself. I was when I started at high school, no one had a mobile phone, but then by the time I
Did we have
left,
phones?
everybody had them.
Aye, yes.
But they were still, the Nokia 3310s, which you couldn't film anyone having a scrap in the playground.
No, but you could send a nasty text.
You could send a nasty
could,
text,
yeah.
And you could. What was that worm game that you used to have?
Snake.
That's
that
right.
could distract you from your lessons. I'm sure.
Absolutely.